Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and I got in two packages from a bulk wholesaler that I want to unbox. Essentially, it's a grab bag, except I don't know what I've paid yet, and I don't know what's inside outside of some general guidance that it could have some errors, some cool world coins, some interesting currency, and a list at the end that will see, is this worth it? I'm expecting though, again, I don't know if I mentioned it, $2,000 to $3,000, potentially a little bit more that I'm going to be paying, but it's definitely the largest size grab bag, so to speak. I can send it back if I don't like it, but I try to always buy. So let's open this thing up and see how we do. And I guess we'll start with this first package. I think that this is just going to be 3 large cents that are culls, but I could be wrong. I'll open it up and we'll find out. So let's, tear it open, and out will come, I think, yep. So I paid $35 for this. This was like the one part that I actually, this seller had put it up on his Instagram that he was letting these go, and each of them has some problems with them, but I'll try to zoom in and you can get a better sense. So right there, I think that this looks like a nice coin, but it's got some scratches right next to the face. 1855. There's different like styles of fives as well, so I forget if this is something nicer, but I figured like if that's the only thing that's wrong with it, I mean, a solid dent in the back, but that's not too bad. One of these had sort of a cut up rim, I think, from the Instagram. So like here, again, a little bit of a scratch in the face, 1847, and then here are the cuts going around the coin. Maybe a kid was playing with this coin or something many years ago. So, again, there's some hits all around, but especially from the front, you put that in an album, that's a pretty nice coin. And then this last one, 1 cent, we got, okay, this one is a little bit more scratched up, more obviously in the front, but hey, I mean, again, 1850, it's an old coin, you can't expect these, and for like, what did I pay, 35, so $11, $12 each. I feel like at least if I hold on to them, maybe I'm being delusional, but I feel like I can find at least people to take it off my hands at cost, maybe in some larger groups. But now this is really the bag that I ordered, where I have no idea what's inside, and we'll start with this one. And there was a packing slip inside, and I did not look at any of the this number thing because I wanted to preserve this hunt. So we can see, is this going to be worth it for 819 plus 35 is $854. We can decide. These were not taped shut, but it looks like some currency in here. This was a package I saw on the end. It looked like there was another large cent, and then in here, I'm not sure. It sort of felt, I don't know, like maybe some loose coins jingling around. But this feels like a slab, and it's going to be a proof 70 deep cameo. Very cool. Dime. So, not going to be silver, but a proof 70. I think that these are neat. People sort of sometimes like just the ability to own something that is proof 70. And that's sort of, interesting, I guess. And this other one going to be also proof 70 deep cameo. So Indiana State Quarter. Very fun. So, I think that these are two cool coins. And again, that 70 factor is pretty attractive. These are going to be lower price points, but some people like, having a one-off of a proof 70 coin in their collection. I think next we get into this batch just because it looks already open. Like this is already open. This is going to be a hassle to get open, and I'll probably have to like speed up the video. This one is not going to be, and it looks like a few blank flips on top. Let's see. So 4 blank currency folders. Then we got some 1928 bills, unless there's something else in there. But let's see how many exactly there are here. These funny backs, I think they're called. These are pretty heavily worn, but I think they're still, I don't know exactly the up-to-date values on them. I want to say close to like $10, but also sometimes a little bit more. And, oh, that's kind of cool. I love you, VP. Interesting. But a more historic silver certificate, I guess you could say, in the sense that they're just not as common, and looking for interesting serial numbers here as well. Not as common as like the standard 1935, 1957. This is like one iteration earlier, and definitely looks a little bit different. So Some cool, 1928B. I'm not sure which ones here are the better silver certificates, so to speak, for this year. Like if there's a 1928A, Oh, okay. Here's a 1934. Is that also the funny back? Yes. So 1934, and then 1928A. So it looks like we got a good mix. And then our last one here going to be the 1928A as well. So very cool, interesting, and it looks like we've got some more larger stuff behind it. And it's going to be very interesting. Confederate States of America, $100, 1864. I think that there was a ton of inflation in the Confederate States, and look at that. Okay, let's look at this. It says July 17th, 1862. Unbelievable. Interest paid to 1st January 1863. Oh, I guess so these were like interest-bearing treasury notes or that sort of thing where the Confederate States would like pay interest on them. So it was paid again. This person took it to Augusta, Charleston again in 1865. And then at that point, I think that it was a bad buy because the currency would have inflated so heavily that you would have lost a ton. And I don't think that that was 64. I think this is saying it was issued in Richmond, June 20th, 1862. So we have, let's see, any other details on this? No, but you have the C there for 100, Roman numeral. 6 months after the ratification of a treaty of peace between the Confederate States and the United States, the Confederate States of America will pay $100 to bearer with interest at 2 cents per day. So 2 cents per day, that's what, times 365, 730 cents, so $7.30, 7.3% interest, but not accruing on itself. That's a decent return. A lot of people would probably buy that, though inflation's getting high these days. But very cool. I have no idea what the value on this is. So for all I know, this is like canceled and not worth anything. But I feel like I really like having the, that stamp on the back, and it looks like this one's stamped through as well. This one was Richmond in, is this October of 1862? Number 53656. It looks like people were manually putting these together, and the interest was paid at Charleston, 1864 and 1865. Wow. And then also, 5, the State Bank, South Carolina. This one looks pretty chewed up, but still 5. Okay, nothing on the back. Also a Confederate, I would assume, issuance. But wow, very historic notes here. And again, I really like them. I think that this one is pretty fascinating. Just with the different script and extra writing on it. So really, really cool. Still not sure where we're at value-wise because sometimes on these grab bags, it's tough to get a firm sense for, really what the true value is, or I'm not in tune with like every coin here. So let's see. I'm feeling good about the direction it's going, though, in terms of interesting inventory. Ooh, looks like some 3 cents down there. Let's open these ones up. Let's see. It looks like some Civil War tokens here. And these actually look like they're in solid shape. This one, nice Union cannon, Army and Navy. It's got a little hit up top there, maybe slightly bent, but always fascinating that these were in place, and it doesn't look like there's much die alignment of any kind, of like the circulating 1 cent, pennies, Indian head pennies is what it would have been at this point. United States copper. Whoa, General G.B. McClellan. Really cool to have that historical aspect, visible on these coins. And this one looks pretty nice. 1863. Is that like a rim clip even? Our Little Monitor. Oh yeah, I remember I read a historical fiction book that I really enjoyed. I think it was about the Monitor, and it went up against this other really advanced submarine type ship that the Confederate States were using. So a lot of Civil War history and older history being uncovered in today's grab bag. 1863, also with a hit up top, and the Union Forever 1863 with F. Seigel. I haven't seen that Civil War token. A few nicks around the rim, but again, history on these is through the roof, and I'm really excited about that. Let's see Looks like some 3-cent nickels. We'll check for years. 1881, and these look like, they've got, they're actually in not horrible shape. 1865. Let's see what this is. 1867. And yeah, they're just so interesting. 3 cents. It was not a super long-lived denomination. I think they were out by like 1883. Maybe or maybe it was 1889. 1865. I think that was the first year that they issued them. And then 1881. They'd previously done 3-cent silvers, which was, I think, the smallest circulating denomination really known. But let's see what these are. Looks like maybe more Civil War tokens, just from like looking at this, the top of this coin. Not 1 cent. That one looks like almost a bootleg Civil War token, and like that it was made after the fact, or it's just like not one of the ones that I've seen. The styles that I've seen, these are a little bit looks like more heavily worn. Army and Navy token here, 1863. I found something pretty similar to this in a coin roll hunt, and I still have never found an Indian head penny. That one looks like the back of an Indian head penny. We'll take a close look in a minute. Millions for defense, not 1 cent for tribute. 1863, and that looks, let's zoom in a little bit further. That says L Light, so I think he produced one of the previous ones. This one looks like an Indian head penny, but it's not. It is this metal of G.B. McClellan Price, 1 cent. So a nice way to maybe drum up some support for their war effort. G.C. Porter and Co. Or not, yeah, just support like in keeping morale high. Clothing and Gents Furnishing Goods, Meadville, Pennsylvania. Go to GC Porter and Co. for your dry goods. Really cool advertising. If I could mint Treasure Town pennies and have people accept them at face value and trade them, I would do that all day. 1863, more basic. Again, it's nicked up, damaged a little bit. 1863 here. Our little monitor looks similar, except with the hole through it. Maybe what could have happened in that submarine battle that thankfully did not. And then let's see what we have here. Peace forever. That's a good message. 1863. That looks like Washington's head. And it's always interesting. These are so worn, but imagine these things being freshly made in red, or maybe they would have been more like red brown just with the quality of minting. But St. Louis, Missouri, Henry Jenkins, wholesale and retail. Think about these people's ancestors, where they're living now. Could you get in touch and get this back to them? Our card. This one, I don't know if that's like a lathe or like something that really happened to the die, or if that's just like a wear pattern. But I'm really enjoying the different, the mix of all types of cents. 1863, another hold token, but still in solid shape. Let's look at what is in here. I'm going to be interested. I'll just go from the top, I think. So, 1834. It looks like a 10 cent, so cap bust dime. That's a cool coin. That's definitely older. Very exciting. Happy to see that. We got an 1836. That one's actually in decent shape. We'll look at the back. It still has a nice detail on there. That's a half dime. That's what they started, and then they realized they could just use nickel instead and not have to put the silver content in the coins. And this is also a half dime with a little scratch through it, but pretty overall good appeal for like a new collector, especially. I'm probably going to put these in some auctions or some grab bags eventually, and then look at what I want for my collection. I think I might keep one of the Confederate $100 bills, maybe a 1928 funny back, maybe a deep cameo, proof 70, and like a Civil War token or two that I like. And I'm thinking of these. Looks like some more good coins. This one, I don't know if I have a with arrows, one dime. It looks like somebody, one die, scratched that one off of there, but that's fine by me. 1887 seated dime. Pretty normal, nice wear, but looks normal. 1876 seated quarter. And the back, again, it has a fair amount of wear, but it's still pretty nice looking. And then we've also got this 1834. Looks like somebody scratched it down there, but a half cent that actually looks pretty nice as well. Once you get by that little bit of, improper look, I guess, to it, a little damage of the coin. Then we have this lot. I'm going to zoom out slightly here. This group of coins. It looks like there's 2 to a flip, so we'll start out 1865, 2-cent piece, a little bit corroded, but that'll, kind of a neat find here. I don't think that's full bell lines. Let's look at the front. 1851 or 1951. I'm used to all these super old coins. Ooh, nice. We got some world coins. One Sol, 1934. I think that this is 50. Yeah, it says 5 decimos fino, 50% silver. I've seen these in the past. And that's also going to be a 1 Sol coin. Reminds me of the trade dollar design in a way that I really like personally. So that's very fun. Sort of larger silver coins here. We got, let's see, 1958, and that's also a half dollar 1958D with some cool toning to it. Same thing with this one, 1952, with some color just beyond blast white. And then looks like this one is blast white. Should probably look for Bugs Bunny on this stuff too. 1954D, very cool. And then this last one, also a D mint mark, going to be from 1959. Not seeing anything in the Bugs Bunny style. And then let's see what we got on this lot right here. Ooh, looks like some cash coins to me. So let's take a look here. Oh, and some, I forgot, there were those larger cents in there. So let's look at the start. Ooh, nice sort of bluish toning from 1808 East India Company. And I think a lot of these were sitting on the bottom of the ocean with some crazy color on them. On all of these, maybe some corrosion from sitting at the bottom of the ocean, but it sort of makes it more authentic. From my view, I think most of these were recovered, from the bottom of the ocean, which is sort of a cool story, and it's like really fun to have these. I just like sort of purchasing them and hanging on to them because they have that history to it, and this, I forget if it's Javanese or Arabic or what exactly the script and the language that these coins are in, what it is on them, but these are pretty, especially with this light. That one is a little more worn, but the one behind it, man, that one's crisp. Wow, it's a beautiful coin, really. And it's like, it doesn't have luster on it, but it still has like interesting things going on with the metal, and I assume with how the bottom of the ocean reacted with these coins. And I've said bottom of the ocean probably like a million times in a row, so I apologize. Looks like we've got a few more here. Looks like 8 more in my hands, but that one looks like it has a nice fingerprint on it. I'll try not to do that. Maybe it was as it was being recovered or something, because normally, the fingerprints won't end up looking like that. 1808 again. Whoa, that one's sort of cool. Dinged up rim, but it's got clear lines, clear medieval looking dude on there. And 2 more here. Let's see. Cool, sweet. That's a great part of this grab bag, and I feel like for $8.19, this is a pretty good lot from my perspective. Let me know what you think. 1848 looks like solid cull. Little worse than some of the ones I'd ordered before. This one maybe is more fair, right on the money. 1850 dinged up rim. This one's hold. Let's see, 1852, but the rest of it looks pretty nice. That one kind of looks older. Let's see. Yes, 1819. So definitely has that older look to it. With the just a little bit different than the one after it. Going to be 1848. That actually looks just very worn, and maybe a little bit of corrosion, but nothing horrible. And then this last one, 1 cent, 1853. Is a good find as well. So that brings us to the end of this hunt. I think if we do a little summary, we had the 2 Confederate states and the South Carolina $5 bill. We had this lot of funny backs, 2 proof deep cams. We got these 10 and 20 cash, and then a few of the cull, cull large cents. And then this mix of stuff. These Civil War tokens are awesome. Over there, we got some 3-cent coins. We got some type coins. We got the ones that I purchased individually. Yeah, again, all these types things, and then Peruvian, little foreign stuff. So this is great. I'm excited about this. And yeah, gonna add to my collection. Always fun to update you on my like dealing / collecting / having fun making YouTube videos about coins that I'm really interested in and love talking about journey. And I'll see you with any future grab bags or bulk orders that I do going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to Treasure Town, and get in touch with me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, check out my website, treasuretowncoins.com, for news and updates related to the channel and collectibles in general. Lastly, there's a link tree in the description with links to all of my other sites, as well as some affiliate links that can support the channel. But with that being said, have a great day, and I'll hope to see you on some of my videos in the future.